This is ERi-TV. Welcome to English News Broadcast with me, Bersabe Tagle. These are today's major headlines. Senior Eritrean delegation held bilateral talks with delegates of several countries. National Potato Conference concludes today. Europe burns cash to help businesses in energy crisis. And hundreds of whales trapped on Australian beach. On the local news, on the margin of the 77th United Nations General Assembly, the Eritrean senior delegation led by Mr. Usman Saleh, Minister of Foreign Affairs, has participated at several high-level meetings and held bilateral talks with delegates of various countries. At the meeting, Minister Usman Saleh held with Mr. Carlos Faria Torsoa, Minister of the People's Power for Foreign Affairs of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. The two sides discussed bilateral diplomatic relations as well as cooperation and solidarity at multilateral fora. Both sides also agreed to further deepen their consultations and broaden relations. They further reaffirmed their commitments to strengthen the group of friends in the defense of the UN Charter, to which they are members. Minister Usman Saleh also held extensive discussion with Algerian counterpart Mr. Ramtane Lamamara, Foreign Minister of Algeria, focusing on global, continental and regional matters. Both sides, recognizing Africa's marginalization on the global stage, urged for its rightful position and appropriate consideration of its voices. Appreciating their countries' similar positions in most continental and regional as well as international issues, recalled the historical, political and cultural ties between the two peoples. They also vowed to continue their consultations in either of their capitals. At the meeting with Mr. Nikola Slavkovic, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Serbia, the two sides discussed bilateral diplomatic relations, cooperation and capacity-building opportunities. Minister Nikola Selakovic, on his part, appreciated Eritrea's principled position for Serbia's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Minister Usman Saleh also met with Mr. Demek Emokonnen, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, and discussed on regional dynamics, including mutual challenges and opportunities, and stressed consolidating and strengthening bilateral relations of the two brotherly peoples and countries. At the meeting, Minister Usman Saleh held with Mr. Faisal Maqdad, Minister of Foreign Affairs and expatriate of the Syrian Arab Republic, revisited the historical, political, social and cultural relations of the two brotherly peoples. Mr. Faisal Maqdad expressed his country's appreciation for Eritrea's strong support and solidarity during the difficult times of his country. Minister Usman Saleh also participated in the ministerial meetings of the Non-Aligned Movement, Group of Friends in the Defense of UN Charter, Least Developed Countries, and the Group of 77 in China, as well as in various high-level meetings and side events, including the Transforming Education Summit. The senior Eritrean delegation comprises Presidential Advisor Mr. Yamane Gebrab and Ms. Sofia Tesfamariam, Eritrea's permanent representative of the United Nations. Proceeding with your news, the two-day National Potato Conference that was held at Asmara Palace under the theme One Vision and Harmonized Work for Sustainable Potato Seed Supply concluded today, 22 September. At the conference, the first of its kind, research papers focusing on Irish Potato Coalition in Ethiopia, potential of potato production in the lowlands of Eritrea, potential and contribution of Hamilmalo College of Agriculture in seed potato value chain, strategic intervention to support the development of seed potato systems in Eritrea, breeding process, potato seed production, distribution and marketing in Eritrea, farmer-based potato seed multiplication in Gamo Zone, Ethiopia, as well as impact of potato seed project from 2015 to 2021 on Eritrean farmers, among others, were presented, indicating that potato stands fifths in its economic contribution and nutrition content, Mr. Arafina Berhe, Minister of Agriculture, expressed Eritrea's readiness to work in partnership with global organizations and associations to develop the ongoing research Eritrea is conducting on several potato genres. Dr. Henok Warinda, Executive Director of Association of Agricultural Research for Eastern and Central Africa, on his part said that the conference has been helpful in understanding what Eritrea has accomplished so far and in identifying areas of cooperation, and expressed appreciation for the research papers presented and participation of the Eritrean youth at the conference. Appreciating the effort Eritrea is exerting to develop improved potato seeds and for organizing the conference, Dr. Monica Parker, senior scientist at the International Potato Center, expressed readiness to cooperate with the Halhala National Agricultural Center in the development of its research activities. At the event, awards were handed over to exemplary farmers and subzones. On today's last local news, the National Union of Eritrean Women branch in Ansaba region, in cooperation with partners, organized vocational training ranging from 3 to 4 months to 40 women that are taking care of orphans and disadvantaged children. The training included computer technology and tailoring. At the conclusion event of the training held on 20 September, Mr. Hasner Ayo, head of social service at the Union branch, said that the objective of the training was to develop vocational capacity of the women and enable them improve their socio-economic livelihoods through the knowledge they gained. Reminding the trainees to further upgrade their knowledge through practice, Ms. Amna Hassan, head of the Union branch in the Ansaba region, expressed readiness of the Union branch to stand alongside the trainees in all their efforts to improve their livelihoods. The representative of the trainees, on her part, commending for the training opportunity they were provided, expressed conviction and called for continued support in their daily activities. Dear viewers, coming up will be international news. Do stay with us. Welcome back. Yesterday, Germany nationalized gas importer Uniper, and Britain said it would halve energy bills for businesses in response to a deepening energy crisis that has exposed Europe's reliance on Russian fuel. Russian President Vladimir Putin added to the upward pressure on energy prices by announcing a partial military mobilization and the biggest escalation of the Ukraine war since Moscow's February 24 invasion. European governments had already earmarked almost 500 billion euros in the last year to shield citizens and companies from soaring gas and power prices. This is according to research by think tank Bruegel. Uniper has been among the biggest corporate casualties, with Germany earmarking an additional 8 billion euros as of yesterday, and the latest step in a 29 billion euro bailout. Britain said its new plan to help businesses would cost tens of billions of pounds. On today's last report, according to Australia's wildlife authorities, hundreds of whales beached themselves along the coast of Australia. The Tasmania Parks and Wildlife Service said in a news release that yesterday a pad of about 230 pilot whales swam onto the sandy shores of Ocean Beach along the eastern coast of Tasmania. About half of the whales were still alive, and this is according to early estimates from authorities. A rescue worker told The Guardian that people were getting the stranded whales onto special blankets to move them, with the biggest whales being over 2 to 3 tons. ABC reports indicated that the new mass whale stranding took place exactly 2 years after Australia's worst mass stranding at the exact same spot. In fact, about 470 pilot whales stranded themselves at Ocean Beach on September 21st, 2020, with only about 100 whales being rescued. You're still watching us on ERi-TV, dear viewers, and now a recap of today's major headlines. Senior Eritrean delegation held bilateral talks with delegates of several countries. National Potato Conference concludes today. Europe burns cash to help businesses in energy crisis. And hundreds of whales trapped on Australian beach. Dear viewers, that was all for today. Thanks for watching and have a good one.